Hello, students. Assalamu alaikum. This is a wonderful poem, rather very emotional. I cannot remember my mother. And this is written by Rabindranath Tagore. And this is today that we are going to study in class ninth. Okay. Uh, this poem is written by, as I told you, Rabindranath Tagore. There's a nostalgic poem. And okay, Tagore is remembered as the greatest poet of modern India, a Nobel laureate. Tagore has written about 2,000 songs and 26 volumes of uh, essays, poems, and other literary materials. This poem presents deep feelings of a child for his mother. The tenderness of love is seen all around, hovering over the poet's environment or the child's environment. The poet or the child feels his mother everywhere but fails to recall her face. Okay, so let's go to the text and recite the text. It goes like this.
I cannot remember my mother, only sometimes in the midst of my play. A tune seems to hover over my playthings, that tune of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. I cannot remember my mother, but when in the early autumn morning the smell of chilly flowers floats in the air, the scent of the morning service in the temple comes to me as the scent of my mother. I cannot remember my mother, only when from my bedroom window I send my eyes into the blue of the distant sky. I feel that the stillness of my mother's gaze on my face has spread all over the sky. I cannot
So that was the recitation of the poem. Now let's go uh, to the poetic devices. Most important poetic device in this poem is imagery. Okay, what's imagery? It's a poetic device which describes something in detail using words to substitute and create sensory stimulation. Okay, so uh, including visual and sound images. So here you can see the images that are in the poem. You have the rocking cradle, you have the mother's distant face, you have the distant sky. For example, you have the shiuli flower. We'll talk about shiuli flower. We'll talk about that. Let us see which images are there in the poem. For example, visual images there. The child's playthings and the mother rocking cradle. That's here, okay? And the blue of the distant sky, that's here, okay? Sound images do we have there? The tone of some song that the mother used to hum while rocking the cradle. And we have images related to smell. For example, the image of shiuli flower, the scent of morning service in the temple, the scent of the mother. Now, let us see shiuli flower. Okay, it is in English. It's called chamomile. It's called chamomile in English. Okay, this flower represents the autumn season in West Bengal. It is mostly used in temples by Bengali people. So it has three important aspects. For example, it is very powerful. Remember fragrance, and yes, very important thing. It blossoms in the month of August in West Bengal. And third important that we understand that this is used for worship in temples. Okay. The poet feels the intense smell of this flower and the presence of his mother as he used to attend for morning service in the temple, offering the flowers there. Okay, the poet experienced the calmness of the sky from his bedroom and window and compares it with the serene gaze of his mother's face. Here we can understand that he feels his mother everywhere. Okay, now let us try to comprehend the poem. The poet, or a child, has lost his mother at the tender age. He misses his mother. He misses her every moment. Okay, he feels his mother with him all the time, but fails to remember how she looked. The memories are triggered off when a tune seems to over his playthings, a song that his mother used to hum while rocking his cradle, perhaps when he was a child. The deep emotional bonding of the child or the poet with his mom when he was a young child. Actually, it is also said that Rabindranath Tagore has actually written this poem about himself when he was a child. His mother passed away and she was taken to the pyre, and he had himself experienced in all that things, and perhaps this is the impact of that very scene, and he came to write this poem. And even it is said that at the age of 88, just Rabindranath Tagore started writing poems. So this is what he feels his mom in autumn mornings most of the times because he remembers the flowers, right? So, what is the theme of this poem? This poem conveys a very emotional message of a child's nostalgic advances. For example, a child who has lost his mother at a tender age misses her. It is a general statement. Every moment. He remembers her and feels her presence everywhere. Yet, he repeats, I cannot remember my mother. Probably why he says so? Because he cannot remember how she looked and has just a faint recollection of how his mother actually looked, right? Let's go to the portion of elation. Uh, Read the given extract and answer the questions. For example, I cannot remember my mother. I'm asking you the question. Just sit down and try to respond to this question. Why can he not remember her? He says this line repeatedly, but often remembers her. Explain. ये क्या क्यों है? He says that I cannot remember my mother, but repeatedly, but remembers her. Why? So, what is it? Read the following extracts and answer the questions that follow. I cannot remember my mother. Only sometimes in the midst of my play, a tone seems to hover over my playthings. The tone of some song that she used to hum while rocking my cradle. Now, try to respond to these three questions. What is the poet doing when he remembers his mother? What is it that reminds the poet of his mother? When did the poet's mother, when did the poet's mother hum the song? Okay, so thank you very much. That was all about the poem. Wish you all the best. Have a nice